Welcome to the Deep Dive.
Yeah.
So glad you're here. You know, the core mission of this show is to take your stack of information, whether it's articles, research, or your own notes, and really cut through the noise. We're here to extract the most important nuggets of knowledge, those surprising facts, and the truly actionable insights that you might otherwise miss. It's your personal shortcut to being well-informed.
And today, our deep dive is all about helping you truly master English listening fluency. Because as we'll explore, it's so much more than just, deciphering words. It's about building genuine connections, understanding cultural nuances, and really grasping the authentic context behind communication. It's where the language truly comes alive.
That's right, and it's a journey we're going to map out for you. We'll explore why strong listening skills are the absolute bedrock of effective communication, dive into practical daily steps you can start taking immediately, and yes, we'll tackle those famously tricky bits too.
Oh yeah, those accents that seem to come from every corner of the globe, right? And those rapid-fire speakers who feel like they're in a race. We'll show you how to build your vocabulary organically, how to leverage tools, and tap into communities.
All designed to make English an effortless, natural part of your everyday life. Consider this your comprehensive roadmap to feeling genuinely at home in English. So where do we begin?
Well, let's begin by laying the groundwork, exploring the very foundations of fluent listening. Because as you said, it's a far richer process than just perceiving sound. It's like a profound cognitive leap. So why does listening fluency genuinely matter? Beyond just understanding the words on the surface, it unlocks a whole new dimension of communication comprehension in its richest sense, not just decoding sounds one by one.
No, absolutely. It's about catching the subtle sarcasm in a friend's joke. Maybe sensing the underlying urgency in a news report. Or feeling the genuine warmth in a casual cheers, mate, from someone in London. It's that intuitive grasp.
Precisely. When you're truly fluent in listening, you're not just picking out isolated words, you're connecting with people on a far deeper level, understanding their culture, the nuances, and getting the complete context of what's being conveyed. It's like suddenly getting that hidden pun the barista makes, or feeling the rhythm and real intent behind a simple greeting. It completely transforms your experience with the language.
It really is like unlocking a secret level. Imagine watching your favorite films or TV shows without constantly glancing down at the subtitles. That's the dream for many learners, isn't it?
It truly is. And podcasts start to feel less like a lesson and more like you're just, chatting with friends. You understand every lyric in your favorite song, finally feeling the emotion and the story the artist intended. That's where the real magic happens.
And the connection goes way beyond just entertainment. Listening is genuinely the backbone of all effective communication.
It's fundamental. When your listening skills are robust, it dramatically boosts your confidence when you speak.
Because you're sort of absorbing it all.
Exactly. You're internalizing and naturally mimicking the rhythm, the intonation, the phrasing you hear. You absorb it. And it helps you pick up new vocabulary and grammar so naturally, subconsciously, without that painful effort of rote memorization. Your brain is just wired for patterns, and deep listening feeds that machine.
It's a powerful pattern matching machine. And listening just provides it with tons of data. And if we think about the real-world application, it's huge.
Oh, completely. Whether you're diving into a new season of a show, navigating a virtual meeting with people from different places, or traveling abroad, truly robust listening skills give you the sense of genuine comfort and ease in any English-speaking environment. It removes that layer of anxiety, that constant mental translation.
It allows you to be present and truly engage. And honestly, let's not forget the pure enjoyment factor.
Absolutely not. Imagine finally understanding every twist in a thriller without hitting rewind 5 times, or fully appreciating the rhythm and deeper meaning of your favorite song. That's just pure, unadulterated enjoyment.
But of course, there's a fascinating challenge here. The sheer variety of English. It's a global language, brimming with endless accents: British, American, Australian, Indian, Scottish, Irish, even regional variations within those. And the slang is always changing, constantly evolving, and some speakers just talk so fast, like lightning sometimes.
And here's the crucial insight. This isn't a barrier. It's more like an exciting frontier to explore and conquer, if you have the right approach. Think of it as a rich tapestry rather than a tangled mess.
I love that image, a rich tapestry. So the critical question then becomes, how do you even begin to approach such a diverse and dynamic linguistic landscape? Where do you start?
Well, the first, and I'd argue perhaps the most impactful step, is simply to start with what truly ignites your curiosity and enthusiasm. This is what we call the passion playbook, leveraging your own interests.
That makes so much sense. So the core idea is that the most effective way to improve your listening is by engaging with content you are genuinely passionate about. If you're hooked on true crime podcasts, superhero movies, or competitive cooking shows, lean into that. When you're truly absorbed in what you're listening to, your brain just stays deeply engaged, almost effortlessly. And that transforms practice from feeling like a chore into something genuinely pleasurable and crucially sustainable.
Exactly. But there's a trick. Choosing material that's captivating, but also stretches you just enough. We call it the just right challenge. It has to push your skills gently without overwhelming you. You want to stay in that optimal learning zone, that sweet spot.
And this isn't just about motivation, is it? There's a real cognitive benefit.
Absolutely. When you're genuinely interested, your brain releases dopamine, which literally enhances memory and attention. So passionate engagement isn't just nice to have, it's a fundamental neurochemical driver of language acquisition. It's not just about liking it, it's about optimizing your brain for learning.
That's a powerful idea. So
Yeah.
what kind of content examples could really help light that spark?
Okay, let's consider some pathways. For podcasts, if you're just, building listening stamina, The Moth offers beautifully clear, heartfelt narratives. Or How I Built This has inspiring business stories with crisp narration. Good stuff. For intermediate learners, This American Life has a diverse range of voices and compelling subjects. Really great variety there. And for the advanced listener looking for a real workout, the Joe Rogan Experience is rapid, unscripted, conversational, packed with contemporary slang.
It really tests your processing speed. What about visual content like TV shows or movies?
Right, visual. For clarity of dialogue, Friends is iconic for everyday American slang and humor, delivered quite clearly, still holds up. If you prefer something a bit slower paced and British, The Great British Bake Off is perfect, polite, measured speech, lovely accent, very calming.
Yeah, it's very soothing.
Definitely. Now, for a higher level challenge, if you want to really stretch your cognitive processing, something like The West Wing or Succession offers quick-witted, dense banter, and intricate
The
dialogue.
dialogue in those is intense.
Absolutely fantastic practice. And one for all levels, Bluey.
Really, Bluey.
Don't dismiss it just because it's aimed at kids. It's an absolute gem with wonderfully clear, family-friendly dialogue and delightful Australian charm. The linguistic clarity is exceptional. Seriously.
That's a great tip. I'll have to check it out. And music, how does that fit in?
Music offers another dynamic pathway. For clear, straightforward lyrics, think popular artists like Ed Sheeran, Adele, Billie Eilish, the big names. Practical technique. Use lyric videos and actively sing along. It doesn't feel like study, but it unconsciously improves your pronunciation, rhythm, and intonation. Internalizing natural speech patterns without even trying, really. For more of a challenge, faster-paced rap, like the intricate rhymes in Lin-Manuel Miranda's Hamilton soundtrack. That's superb for training your ear for speed and flow, recognizing syllabic stress even when it's flying past.
Now, here's something subtle but crucial. Subtitles. How should people use them strategically? Because it's easy to rely on them too much, right?
Absolutely. Think of English subtitles as a temporary bridge, not a permanent crutch. That's key. Start with them, definitely, but have a plan to actively phase them out. You might begin by watching, say, 10 minutes of a show with subtitles to truly connect the sound and the text, get grounded. Then immediately turn them off for the next 10 minutes, forcing your brain to rely purely on the audio.
Like taking the training wheels off a bike.
Exactly. A bit daunting at first, maybe, but ultimately so liberating. And if you're really struggling, dual subtitles showing both English and your native language can be a useful intermediate step. But the goal is always to move to English, only to get away from direct translation. That's where the fluency really builds.
So tailoring content by level. What are the guiding principles there?
Yeah.
How do you know what's right for you?
Okay, for absolute beginners, the focus should be on slow, very clear enunciation and simple high-frequency words. Think kids shows like Peppa Pig or Sesame Street, or specialized ESL podcasts like ESL Pod or BBC's 6-Minute English. They're designed to minimize cognitive load. Keep it simple. Intermediate learners should aim for a mix. Start introducing conversational humor and common slang. Brooklyn 99 or The U.S. Office are great for everyday dialogue, and podcasts like All Ears English or Better at English are perfect for natural conversational English.
Stuff you'd actually hear people say.
Precisely. And advanced learners need to actively seek out unscripted content, varied voices, and different accents. Authentic vlogs from creators like Casey Neistat, or talk shows like The Ellen Show or The Graham Norton Show. The unscripted nature is key for building real-world listening stamina, because real life isn't scripted, right?
Right. That brings us perfectly to the next step, training your ears with active listening. We call it the focused workout.
Indeed. While passive listening, like having a podcast on in the background while you cook, that offers valuable exposure and familiarizes you with rhythm. True, profound skill development happens with active listening. This means intense, deliberate focus, meticulously dissecting words, internalizing rhythm, deeply engaging with every aspect of the content, like a high-intensity workout for your ears. Short, focused bursts often yield significant results. It's about quality, not just quantity.
So what are some of these powerful active listening techniques? Give us the workout plan.
Okay, first, a truly effective one, shadowing. You choose a short clip, maybe 30 seconds to a minute, and your goal is to literally repeat what you hear almost simultaneously, meticulously mimicking the speaker's tone, rhythm, and crucially, their accent. TED Talks are often ideal for this. Their English is usually clear and expressive. People like Simon Sinek or Brene Brown. Shadowing helps you internalize natural speech patterns, improves your comprehension, and significantly enhances your own pronunciation and intonation. By building a direct neural pathway between what you hear and what you say, it really connects input and output.
It bridges input and output. Makes sense. What else is in the workout?
Another incredibly sharp exercise is dictation. You play a short sentence or two, pause the audio, and then write down exactly what you heard word for word, then compare your written work against subtitles or a transcript. YouTube auto transcripts can be useful here, though not always perfect. This rigorously sharpens your ability to pick out individual words, even within tricky accents or fast speech, forcing your brain to identify every single sound.
Got it. Sounds tough, but effective. And next?
Then there's the pause and predict technique. This one's quite fun, actually. While watching a movie scene, you pause it at a natural break in the dialogue. Then you try to guess what the next line a character will say is going to be, based on the context and their personality.
Like watching The Office and Dwight's mid-rant about beats?
Yeah.
Trying to predict his next quirky line? That sounds fun.
Exactly. How does this help? Well, it doesn't just improve comprehension, it trains you to actively think in English and anticipate speech patterns. That's a huge step towards real-time, fluid understanding, building that predictive model in your head. And finally, focus on one voice. In content with multiple speakers, like a lively podcast like, say, My Favorite Murder, make a conscious effort to focus intently on just one host's voice, deliberately tuning out the others. This is invaluable for developing selective listening skills, essential for real-world situations like a noisy cafe or a group video call where multiple people are talking.
These exercises sound intense. How long should you do them for? Don't want people burning out?
Good point. Start with short, mentally demanding sessions, perhaps just 5 to 10 minutes. Seriously, that's enough to start. This avoids burnout and cognitive fatigue. As your listening stamina builds, you can gradually increase these sessions to 15 or 20 minutes. And tools can really help here. Audible for audiobooks, LinkU syncs audio with highlighted text, VLC Media Player is excellent for looping short audio or video clips, and YouTube's playback speed controls are a powerhouse. Don't underestimate a simple notebook or a listening journal either. Jotting down new words, phrases, and observations creates a tangible record of your learning. It makes it feel real.
Okay, let's see. A sample weekly plan for active listening. How could someone structure this?
Sure, maybe Monday. Shadow a 1-minute TED Talk clip. Repeat it 3 times, focusing on intonation. Wednesday, dictation practice. A 30-second clip from This American Life. Write it down, check your accuracy against the transcript. Friday, engage with pause and predict. A 5-minute scene from Parks and Recreation, maybe. Write down your guesses. And Sunday, practice focusing on one voice. Listen to 10 minutes of How I Built This. Choose one speaker. Jot down 5 new phrases you hear them use.
That sounds manageable and varied. Now, all these incredible techniques won't truly stick unless we integrate them seamlessly into our daily lives. That's where the real transformation happens, isn't it? Building the habit.
Yes, the secret sauce. Building a consistent listening habit truly underpins all progress. It's the consistency that matters most. Even just 10 to 15 minutes of daily listening can profoundly transform your skills over a few months. It adds up fast. The key insight is to seamlessly integrate it into your daily life so it feels natural, an enjoyable routine, not an obligation. That's the sustainable part.
So how do you make it effortless? How do you weave it in without it feeling like homework?
Think about your existing routines, your morning coffee. Pair it with 5 minutes of a short podcast, like BBC 6-Minute English or Daily Easy English Expression. Commute, perfect time. 5 minutes of a short YouTube video like English with Lucy or VOA Learning English. Lunch break, same thing. Evenings, as you wind down, another 5 minutes with an audiobook Harry Potter narrated by Jim Dale is amazing. Or music with lyric videos like Coldplay's Viva La Vida.
Yeah.
These are micro sessions that truly add up. little and often.
And tracking helps, right? Making it visible.
Definitely. Make your progress visible using a habit tracker apps like Habitica or Streaks, or just a simple notebook. Seeing the chain grow is motivating. Consider a 30-day challenge. Commit to, say, 15 minutes of English listening every single day for 30 days. And crucially, set small, appealing rewards after each week.
Like what kind of rewards? We talking chocolate?
Could be. Or your favorite snack, watching an episode of a non-English show you love, buying a new book, whatever works for you. Tangible motivators create positive reinforcement and keep the momentum going. It's basic psychology, but it works. Beyond tracking, making a habit stick also involves mixing it up. Don't listen to the same thing every day. Rotate content types, podcasts, movies, music, vlogs to prevent boredom. Keep it fresh. And join a community. Find language partners on apps like italki or Tandem or HelloTalk. Share what you're listening to, discuss it, get recommendations. This adds accountability and fun, making it less isolating.
And setting mini goals.
Yeah, good point. Don't aim for 100% comprehension immediately. Target small, achievable things, like understanding 70% of a podcast or catching 5 new phrases in a movie. These small wins are incredibly motivating. They build confidence.
Okay, let's map out that 30-day challenge you mentioned, maybe with some progression.
Okay, days 110. 10 minutes daily of a clear podcast, like 6-Minute English. Write down maybe 3 new words or phrases per episode. Days 11-20. Shift to visual. Watch one 20-minute Friends episode daily. Start with subtitles and try a segment without. Note 5 slang terms. Days 21-30, the challenge part. Up the intensity. Shadow a 2-minute TED Talk clip daily, focusing on intonation. Listen to a 15-minute all-ears English podcast, then summarize the main idea aloud or in your journal. Push yourself a bit.
That makes perfect sense. So we've talked about the ideal scenario, but let's be real. Everyone hits roadblocks. What are the common hurdles and how do we push through?
Oh, definitely. It's completely normal. A big one is it's too fast, that feeling of overwhelm when someone speaks quickly. The solution is simpler than you think. Use those playback speed controls. Seriously, they're your friend. Set it to 0.75x or even 0.5x at first. And repeat short clips again and again until the words start to click into place. You're simply slowing down the input to match your current processing speed. No shame in that.
Okay, another common one. I don't get every word. That fear of missing things. The perfectionism trap.
Right. This needs a crucial mindset shift. It is absolutely okay. Let me repeat. ITIS okay. The goal isn't word-for-word perfection, especially early on. Aim for the main idea, the overall gist. Context is your most powerful ally. Tone, situations, surrounding words, they help fill the blanks. If you're catching 60-70%, you're doing great. Seriously, don't let perfection stop progress.
Good advice. What about fatigue? I know active listening can be tiring.
Totally understandable. Listening, especially active listening, is mentally taxing. It's a workout for the brain. So start small, start with very short sessions, maybe just 5 minutes, and consciously take breaks. This is a marathon, not a sprint. Your listening stamina will build gradually, like physical stamina. Be patient with yourself. And if you're feeling stuck, I'm stuck at my level, the advice is consistent. Continuously challenge yourself, but gently. Each month, try progressing to slightly more difficult content. From Peppa Pig to Brooklyn 99, or from sitcoms to unscripted vlogs, gentle escalation is the path forward. Find that sweet spot again?
And you mentioned celebrating wins earlier. Why is that so important?
Yes, this is so important psychologically. Actively celebrate those small victories, like catching a joke without rewinding, or understanding a whole podcast segment easily for the first time. Give yourself a genuine mental pat on the back, or tell a friend, because those small steps accumulate into significant gains. It reinforces your effort and fuels your drive to keep going when things feel tough. Positive reinforcement works.
Brilliant. Okay, let's shift gears now. We've laid the foundations, built the habit. Let's get into mastering the nuance, accents, speed, slang. Yeah. The fun stuff.
Ah, yes. This is where English gets really vivid and authentic and often challenging, let's be honest. Let's start with accents. The sheer range is incredible, right? English is global, so you have this dazzling array. British, American, Australian, Indian, Scottish, Irish, Canadian, and countless regional variations within those. Each has unique sounds and rhythms, but also subtle cultural undertones. The fundamental insight: you need to get comfortable with this variety for true, real-world listening fluency. It's more than just pronunciation. Accents are like linguistic fingerprints. They convey cultural context, clues about background, region, even emotion. Understanding that deepens the connection, offers richer, more nuanced comprehension, and builds your versatility. You become a more adaptable listener.
So how do you tackle this huge variety? It sounds overwhelming. What's the strategy?
Yeah, I can feel that way. A structured approach works best. We consistently recommend focusing on one specific accent for a week or two. To build deep familiarity before moving on, don't try to learn them all at once. For example, for British, you could try The Crown for clear, sort of posh RP, or Peaky Blinders for a strong Birmingham accent, quite different. For American, Brooklyn 99 gives you a good general U.S. accent, while Atlanta dives into southern U.S. dialects, which are fascinating. For Australian, Bluey again, or Kath and Kim are fantastic for capturing those distinctive rhythms and vowel sounds.
And resources for specific sounds.
YouTube is a phenomenal free resource here. Channels like English Addict with Mr. C for British or Rachel's English for American break down specific sounds brilliantly. But the game changer, honestly, is Uglish.com. Seriously, try it. Type in any word, water, schedule, tomato, can't, and hear it pronounced in dozens, sometimes hundreds of different accents from all over the world.
Wow, direct comparison. An unparalleled way to compare and contrast how sounds change. It's like an auditory feast.
Exactly. It trains your ear to notice the differences. And if an accent feels really tough, slow it down. Use those playback speed controls. 0.75x, 0.5x. Listen slowly, focus on each sound, then gradually increase speed as you get used to it. Full immersion in one accent for a concentrated period can also work wonders, like binge-watching Dairy Girls for Irish, or Bollywood movies for Indian English, or Fleabag for modern British. This builds your ear's muscle memory. Crucial advice, though. Don't try to master all accents simultaneously. Prioritize 2, 3, 3 most relevant to your goals, maybe American and British for business, Australian for travel. Consistent exposure to your core chosen accents will naturally help your ear adapt to others over time. Your brain gets better at generalizing.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. What about some specific accent practice exercises?
Good idea. Try an accent hunt. Pick a show with a distinct accent, like Dairy Girls. Watch a 5-minute scene, actively note unique pronunciations or phrases, then try mimicking them. Or accent comparison. Use Uglish.com. Look up a word like can't in different accents. Note the differences. Practice saying it each way. And accent shadowing. Choose a 1-minute clip, maybe from the Great British Bake Off. Shadow it, focusing specifically on vowel sounds and rhythm. Record yourself to compare.
Could you sketch out a quick 3-week multi-accent plan?
Sure. Week 1, focus on British. Watch 2 episodes of The Crown, maybe an hour total. Note 10 common British phrases. Daily, shadow a 1-minute scene mimicking RP. Week 2, American. Watch 2 Brooklyn 99 episodes. Use Uglish to hear schedule in various U.S. accents. Practice shadowing a 30-second clip focusing on linking words, which is common in American English. Week 3, Australian. Watch 3 Bluey episodes for that clarity. Listen to a conversational Aussie podcast like All Aussie Mystery Hour. Pick out and note 5 classic Aussie phrases like fair dinkum or no worries.
That sounds like a fun way to explore. Okay, next big challenge. Fast speech. The speeding bullet problem, as you called it.
Ah, yes. Native speakers, especially in casual settings, can talk incredibly fast. It feels like you're trying to catch words flying past, but it's a conquerable challenge with consistent, targeted practice. You're essentially training your brain to process information more rapidly and gets faster over time.
So effective strategies. How do you tackle the speed without just getting lost?
First, chunk it. Don't try to grasp a whole long, fast sentence at once. Break the audio to tiny segments, 10-15 seconds. Replay that tiny chunk repeatedly until every word comes into focus. Tools like Audacity or VLC make looping really easy. Repetition is key here. Second, a surprising one, learn filler words. Words basically, they're not just noise, they're integral to the natural rhythm, intonation, and pauses in speech. Recognizing them helps you follow fast speech because you anticipate these little pauses and bridges. You can observe them everywhere in authentic YouTube vlogs like Emma Chamberlain or talk shows like Jimmy Fallon.
So they're like signposts.
Kind of, yeah. Other strategies. Practice with news content. News anchors often speak rapidly but with remarkable clarity. TBC, CNN, NPR's Up First podcast. The key here. Don't stress about catching every single word. Focus on grasping the main idea, the core message. What's the story about? And always use transcripts when available. Many quality podcasts offer them. This American Life Radio Lab. Reading along while listening is incredibly powerful for connecting sounds to written words, especially in faster sections where things might blur.
So the crucial mindset here, again, is to prioritize comprehension over perfection. Getting the gist is winning.
Absolutely critical. Do not stress about catching every single word, especially with fast speech. Aim for maybe 70-80% comprehension initially because context fills the gaps. Context clues, tone, gestures, and video, the topic, they naturally help you fill things in. Your overall comprehension improves over time as your brain learns to infer and predict. Let go of perfectionism.
Perfect. Now let's talk slang and idioms, the spice of English, as you said, the really colorful stuff.
Yes, the flavor. These wonderfully colorful elements enrich conversations. They make language vibrant, but they can be challenging because they're non-literal. Raining cats and dogs, spill the tea, kick the bucket. Their meaning is almost entirely context dependent. So how do you learn them effectively? First, immerse yourself in modern shows. Sitcoms like Insecure are gold mines for authentic American slang. Fleabag is equally rich for contemporary British slang like knackered or gutted. Shows are great because you encounter this slang in its natural conversational habitat, so context is built in. Social media, too. Explore platforms like X, formerly Twitter. Follow accounts like Merriam-Webster or Urban Dictionary. Search hashtags like hashtag English slang, hashtag learn English. You'll find bite-sized, up-to-date lessons and real-time language usage. And always use context clues. If you hear "I'm stoked" in a surfing vlog, the excited tone in the scene strongly suggests excited. Try to infer the meaning before looking it up. It builds intuition.
And using them yourself is important too, right? Not just recognizing them.
Absolutely. Practice active usage. Encounter a new phrase, try incorporating it into your own sentences immediately, whether you're chatting online or writing in a journal. If you hear low-key for secretly, try writing, "I low-key love this song." Active output solidifies input. A pragmatic tip. Keep a dedicated slang journal or phone note. Jot down new phrases, their meanings, and most importantly, the context you heard them in. E.g., spill the tea heard among gossiping friends in Insecure. Review it weekly and consciously try to integrate terms into your own speech or writing. Active recall is key.
Got it. How about some exercises specifically for slang and idioms?
Okay, slang safari. Listen to a 5-minute YouTube vlog, maybe Emma Chamberlain or Ali Abdaal. Identify 3 to 5 slang terms or idioms, look up their meanings, and try to spot them elsewhere that week. Idiom match. Watch a sitcom. Brooklyn 99 is great for this. Identify 5 idioms like cut to the chase, match them to online dictionary meanings, then craft an original sentence using each one. Slang roleplay. Pick a phrase you learned, like no shade, and practice using it in mock conversations, maybe even record yourself saying it.
And a quick 3-week plan for slang.
Week 1. Watch an Insecure episode. Note 5 American slang terms, look them up, use them in a short dialogue you create yourself. Week 2. Follow @Urban Dictionary on X. Pick 3 trending phrases. Then listen to My Favorite Murder to spot similar contemporary slang used naturally in conversation. Week 3. Watch a Fleabag episode. Focus on British idioms. Note 5 like chuffed to bits. Practice integrating them into a journal entry or a mock conversation. So just to quickly recap, overcoming accents and speed. If accents are confusing, focus on 1 or 2 at a time. Use tools like Uglish. And remember, repetition builds familiarity. Your brain will adapt. If you can't keep up with fast speech, chunk the audio, focus on the gist, not every word, and let context be your guide. If slang throws you off, treat it like a puzzle. Use context clues, then verify. Modern shows and social media are your best friends here. And if you're feeling overwhelmed by it all, take breaks, mix fun content with challenging stuff, and just maintain your enthusiasm. It's supposed to be enjoyable too.
That's a great summary. Oh, and one more tip I find useful. Self-recording. Record yourself mimicking an accent or trying to speak faster, then play it back. It gives you immediate self-assessment. You can gauge how close you are, and it boosts confidence when you hear improvement.
Excellent point. Hearing yourself improve is incredibly motivating.
That leads us perfectly to deepening our understanding, vocabulary, and comprehension. Starting with learning words through listening itself. You called it a vocabulary goldmine.
Yes, moving beyond flashcards and lists. Listening itself is a vocabulary goldmine. It's an incredibly powerful, organic way to acquire new vocabulary, phrases, and entire expressions that sound inherently natural because you heard them in context. Unlike rote memorization, which gives you a definition but often lacks natural usage, words learned through listening are fundamentally tied to real-life situations and emotional contexts, making them far more memorable or sticky, as cognitive scientists might say.
Why does it work so well neurologically? What's the science bit?
It's fascinating. When you hear awesome in a vlog, you don't just get the definition very good. You grasp its emotional register. Enthusiasm, casualness, maybe even sarcasm depending on the tone, that contextual learning is way more impactful than just reading a dictionary entry. And it's not just single words. You naturally pick up collocations, common word pairs that just sound right together, like make a decision or break the ice, things that natives say without thinking. And idioms, which are almost impossible to learn well from textbooks because they're non-literal, listening gives you the full authentic package, the word, the context, the feeling.
So practical strategies for building vocab through listening, not just alongside it.
Okay, first, keep that listening notebook or journal going. We keep coming back to this, but it's crucial. Jot down new words or phrases, crucially noting their context, for example. Spill the tea, heard among gossiping friends, then its meaning. Review weekly. Second, focus on context. Stress understanding how a word is used, not just its definition. Like hearing, I'm over the moon in a rom-com links it to the happy proposal context, embedding it deeper than a translation. Third, cultivate, repeat, and reuse. Actively re-listen to clips with new words, then consciously use those words in your own sentences, conversations, or social media posts. If you heard someone was over the moon about a job, try posting, got a new job, I'm over the moon, #learn English. Active output solidifies input. And fourth, utilize specialized language apps like LingQ or Anki. They're phenomenal for saving words directly from audio or creating flashcards with sound clips, reinforcing that link between sound and meaning.
And you mentioned quality over quantity earlier, which seems important here too.
Yes, profound insight for vocabulary. Don't aim for hundreds of obscure words you'll never use. Aim for 3 to 5 high-utility words or phrases per session, words you'll actually encounter and use regularly. It makes learning efficient and immediately applicable. This flows right into the importance of context and idioms themselves.
Right, the glue of language, as you called it.
Exactly. Acquiring words is great, but true fluency comes from mastering context, how words and phrases fit the bigger picture. And idioms are particularly tricky because they're non-literal. Raining cats and dogs, spill the beans. The huge advantage of learning through listening is that you acquire them organically, embedded in real talk, complete with tone, inflection, and all the crucial contextual clues. You get the feeling of the idiom.
Why does context matter so much? Why is it the glue?
Think about it. You hear I'm under the weather on a podcast. The tired tone, maybe they mentioned cold symptoms earlier, and you instantly get it means they're unwell without needing a definition. This ability to grasp meaning from cues beyond words lets you guess unfamiliar words, follow dynamic conversations, and crucially, use phrases correctly yourself. It's the difference between memorizing definitions and genuinely understanding natural usage. So, how do you master context? Pay meticulous attention to cues beyond words. Tone, setting, even body language in video, like Pam's playful tone for I'm not gonna lie in the office. Focus on collocations, those natural word pairs. Make a mistake, take a break, pull it off for success. Jot them down with the situation you heard them in. Immerse in story-based content like The Moth or audiobooks. Narratives provide incredibly rich context. If a character says, I'm in over my head during a stressful scene, you link the phrase directly to feeling overwhelmed. And practice active guessing. Encounter an unfamiliar phrase, pause, hypothesize its meaning from the situation, then confirm later. For example, this dish is a game changer. In a cooking show with an excited tone suggests innovative impact.
And focusing on phrases, not just single words. That came up before too.
Critical insight again. Focus on acquiring entire phrases and sentences as chunks. Hearing hit the ground running in a business podcast immediately links it to urgency and action in a professional context. Learning chunks is far more effective for natural recall and use than learning isolated words. As for idioms specifically, spot them in authentic content like modern shows, Insecure, Fleabag, or podcasts like BBC's The English We Speak, which actually dedicates lessons to them. Group them by theme, maybe idioms about emotions, over the moon, effort, go the extra mile, decisions, on the fence. This aids recall and connects concepts, and crucially, engage in active application. Learn an idiom, use it immediately in your own sentences or conversations. That test was a piece of cake. Leverage social media, following accounts like Cambridge Dictionary, or searching #idiom of the day on X for daily updates and authentic native usage examples.
Then that context journal.
Yes, a powerful tip. Alongside your regular vocabulary, note the source of the idiom, the situation you heard it in, and a sample sentence clarifying its meaning. Reviewing this reinforces the context.
Okay, exercises for context and idioms.
Context detective. Watch a 5-minute sitcom scene, Parks and Rec. Note 3 phrases or idioms in their context, guess their meanings, then confirm. Idiom story. Listen to a 10-minute Moth segment. Pick 3 idioms used naturally. Write a short creative narrative using them yourself. Collocation match. Listen to a 5-minute All-Ears English podcast. Note 5 collocations, match their meanings, use each correctly in a sentence.
And a 3-week plan for context and idioms.
Week 1. Watch a Brooklyn 99 episode. Note 5 idioms like cool beans or hit the books. Write down context, meaning, and use them in original sentences. Week 2. Listen to 2 episodes of BBC's The English We Speak. Pick 3 idioms from each, create a short dialogue or mini story using them. Week 3, watch a Great British Bake Off episode. Focus on collocations like rise to the occasion or the infamous soggy bottom. Write a short paragraph creatively incorporating them. Now, listening exposes you, but retaining that vocabulary needs consistent repetition and targeted practice. It's the difference between recognizing a word and being able to recall and use it yourself.
So tools for retention.
Top tools include LingQ, Audible, Fluent U, BBC Learning English, and SpeechLing, especially for shadowing with native feedback. Strategic use is key. Combine them. Don't rely on just one. Use apps in short bursts, maybe LingQ for vocab acquisition, Audible for immersive listening, SpeechLing for pronunciation shadowing.
And retention exercises.
Flashcard frenzy. Listen to a podcast, How I Built This. Choose 5 new useful words, add them to Anki, including an audio clip and sample sentence. Review daily using spaced repetition. Vocab storyboard. Watch a movie scene, note 5 keywords or phrases, create a mini story or even a simple comic strip using them. Visuals help. Word relay. Pick 3 new words from a catchy song, maybe Billie Eilish. Challenge yourself to use them naturally in conversation with a language partner on Tandem or italki later that day.
How do you measure vocab progress? That seems important for motivation.
Good question. Counting new words. Aim for maybe 10, 15 new useful words, phrases weekly. Log them. Comprehension tests. Re-listen to previously hard clips. Notice the improvement. That's a tangible measure. Active usage. The ultimate test, are you actually using these new words naturally in conversation or writing? That's the goal. And self-quizzing. Use apps like Quizlet to test your weekly vocab list. Aim for maybe 80% accuracy.
And sharing wins again. Tell a language buddy. Post on X using hashtag #LearnEnglish. It adds accountability and reinforcement.
Exactly. Celebration fuels motivation.
That brings us to part 7. Real-world readiness. Bridging the gap from all this practice with media to actual, messy, unpredictable conversations.
Yes, this is crucial. Fluent listening isn't just about understanding scripted content or clear podcasts. It's navigating unpredictable reality. Ordering food, chatting with friends, talking to strangers, acknowledging casual language, slang, mumbling, interruptions, background noise, all the messy stuff. Practicing these unpredictable scenarios builds your brain's agility to follow natural, unscripted English and prepares you for anything the real world throws at you. It builds confidence in chaos.
So how do you simulate these messy situations effectively? You can't just hang out eavesdropping all day, or can you?
Well, ethical eavesdropping has its place, but more actively. 1. Role play with media. Watch casual chat scenes from friends or Modern Family. Pause after a character speaks and formulate your response as if you were there. For example, Ross says, "We were on a break. How do you reply?" Recording yourself doing this is incredibly revealing for self-assessment. 2. Utilize language exchange apps. Tandem or HelloTalk. Connect directly with native speakers for voice chats, practice small talk, or even role-play specific scenarios like ordering coffee or asking for directions. 3. Yes, ethical eavesdropping. In an English-speaking place like a cafe or park, passively listen to real conversations nearby. Tune into the flow, the slang, the tone, the interruptions, without intruding, of course. It's pure unscripted input. And 4, practice on the phone. Voice-only calls with partners or friends remove visual cues, mimicking real challenges like bad audio quality or unclear speech, forcing your ear to do all the work. The key tip for refining this: record your role play or phone chats with permission. And listen back objectively. How natural do you sound? Is your intonation okay? Did you miss slang? Invaluable for self-correction.
That's invaluable feedback, listening to yourself. Okay, concrete conversation practice exercises.
Scene role play. Pick a 5-minute Brooklyn 99 scene. Pause after each line. Respond as a character or as yourself interacting with them. Record it. Compare your dialogue to the original flow. Small talk drill. Listen to a conversational podcast. Better at English. Note 5 conversational phrases or icebreakers. Practice using them in a mock chat, maybe imagining you're at a party or meeting someone new. Order up. Watch a restaurant scene from Seinfeld or a similar show. Pretend to order. Respond to the waiter's lines. Practice multiple times with different responses to build flexibility.
And a 3-week plan for simulating conversations.
Week 1. Watch a Friends episode. Role play 3 scenes responding to lines. Note 5 conversational phrases they used. Week 2. Commit to a 10-minute voice chat on Tandem. Focus on practicing small talk. Record it if possible loud and review for areas to improve. Week 3, ethical eavesdropping, if possible, at a coffee shop for 15 minutes. Note 5 new phrases or slang terms you heard in the wild. Practice them later in self-role play.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
And what about specific contexts like workplace and social listening? They have their own unique challenges.
Yes, these are distinct but vital skills. Settings like meetings, presentations, parties, or gatherings demand an acutely tuned ear. It involves following instructions, grasping humor, interpreting social cues, often with multiple speakers, specific jargon, and background noise. For the workplace, immerse yourself in work-related content. Shows like The Office, US or UK, or Succession offer realistic, sometimes exaggerated, workplace banter, jargon, touch base, circle back, and meeting dynamics. For presentations, watch TED Talks or Harvard Business Review videos. Practice shadowing 2-minute clips, focusing on formal tone, pacing, and business vocabulary. To simulate meetings, listen to podcasts like The Modern Manager. Pause, formulate responses as if contributing. Practice summarizing key points or interjecting questions politely.
And phone meetings, those can be tough.
Yeah, definitely. Use language exchange calls to simulate them. Practice asking for clarification naturally when you encounter difficult audio or unfamiliar accents. Phrases like, "Sorry, could you repeat that?" or "I didn't quite catch that last part." For social listening, parties, or group chats, watch party scenes in shows like Insecure or New Girl for realistic group interactions. Note the interruptions, the humor, the rapid topic shifts. Role-play joining in jokes or adding to the conversation. Practice with jokes specifically. Listen comedy podcasts, My Favorite Murder Has Banter, or actual stand-up specials. Pause after a joke, try explaining why it's funny aloud to ensure you fully grasp the cultural context or wordplay. Group chats. Join online group voice chats on platforms like Discord or Tandem. Practice focusing on one speaker amidst overlapping conversations, a key real-world skill.
And the nonverbal cues?
Critical insight. Emphasize observing nonverbal cues, body language, facial expressions, tone when watching video. In audio-only situations, tune into vocal cues like pitch changes, pauses, pace, size. They carry huge amounts of meaning.
Okay, specific exercises for workplace and social.
Meeting role play. Watch a 5-minute office meeting scene. Pause. Respond as a team member. Note 3 typical work phrases used. On the same page, let's table this. Joke decoder. Listen to a 5-minute comedy clip. Write down 3 jokes. Explain their humor. Practice retelling one smoothly. Group chat challenge. Join a 10-minute online group chat. Focus on one speaker. Note 5 phrases they use. Try to summarize their main points afterwards.
And a sample plan for that.
Week 1. Watch a Succession episode. Note 5 work terms or power phrases. Role play a meeting response using one. Week 2. Listen to the Modern Manager podcast. Summarize the key points. Practice using 3 new work phrases and sentences you might use. Week 3. Watch a New Girl party scene. Role play joining the banter. Note 5 social phrases or humor styles. Try using them in a mock conversation.
Right. And finally, handling noisy environments, building resilience, as you put it, because life rarely happens in a quiet studio.
Exactly. Tackling real-world reality. Quiet is rare, so training in challenging conditions actively builds resilience and confidence, preparing you for authentic encounters like cafes, train stations, busy offices. How to practice noisy listening proactively. First, add background noise. Play a podcast, This American Life, with cafe noise or ambient music playing softly in the background. YouTube has tracks for this. Focus on the main speaker, consciously filtering distractions. Second, watch crowded scenes in movies. Think big meeting scenes, battle scenes in Avengers, or feasts in Game of Thrones. Practice focusing on one character's dialogue amidst all the surrounding noise. Third, deliberately practice with accents plus noise. This is advanced. Listen to a podcast with a strong accent, maybe an Irish history podcast, while you're in a noisy environment, like cooking with the fan on. Then try summarizing. This trains filtering both noise and complex accent patterns. Fourth, phone calls from noisy places. Make calls to language partners or friends from slightly noisy locations like a park or walking down a street. Forces you to practice asking for clarification naturally when audio is compromised.
Gradually increasing the difficulty seems key.
Yes, exactly. The key insight here is to gradually increase the difficulty. Start subtle with soft music, then progress to louder, more complex sounds like cafe chatter or traffic noise. Mimic real-world progression. Don't jump straight into chaos.
Noisy environment exercises.
Noise filter. Listen to 5 minutes of NPR up first with cafe noise playing from another source. Note key points. Repeat without the noise. Compare your comprehension. Crowd focus. Watch a 5-minute Game of Thrones feast scene. Lots of chatter. Follow one character's dialogue, maybe Tyrion's. Write down 3 lines you managed to filter out clearly. Accent and noise. Listen to a 5-minute Dairy Girls clip, strong Irish accent, with traffic noise playing. Summarize the scene. Note 3 specific accented phrases you successfully identified.
Sample noisy listening plan.
Week 1. Listen to 6-minute English with soft background music playing. Note 5 key phrases you caught easily. Week 2. Watch an insecure group scene with multiple people talking. Focus on one character's lines, then try to summarize the overall conversation, including the background chatter. Week 3. Join a tandem group call from a moderately noisy place, like your kitchen while someone else is there. Note 5 phrases. Practice clarifying what you hear when audio is challenging.
All right, that brings us to part 8. Immersive and advanced techniques. Going beyond the basics, really integrating English into the fabric of daily life. Let's start with immersion. What does that really mean if you're not moving abroad?
Great question. Define immersion in this context not necessarily as moving abroad, but as creating an English-rich environment wherever you are. Think of it less as study and more like soaking in a language bath. Making English unavoidable in a good way. Why is it so effective? Cognitively, it trains your brain to process English without conscious overthinking or constant translation. It allows natural subconscious absorption of patterns, idioms, and cultural nuances, much like how kids learn their first language. It shifts your focus from actively studying English to passively living in English, even for parts of your day.
So practical steps to create this immersion bubble at home.
First, curate an English-only bubble. This is surprisingly impactful. Change your phone settings, your app settings, your computer OS to English. Integrate English YouTube channels, podcasts, and music into every part of your routine: breakfast listening, commute playlists, relaxing background music. Make it the default. Second, embrace background listening. This is powerful and low effort. Play English audio during mundane tasks like cooking, cleaning, exercising, maybe clear news like NPR Up First, or casual chats like My Favorite Murder. It accustoms your ear to the rhythm and flow, building passive familiarity even if you're not actively focusing. Third, commit to daily engagement with native content. Aim for maybe 1 to 2 hours of diverse English media daily. Mix sitcoms, serious podcasts, lyric videos, news clips. Variety is key to maintaining interest and exposing you to different styles. And fourth, actively join online communities. Participate in English-speaking forums, Reddit groups, Discord servers, X conversations related to your interests. Discuss content you've listened to, share insights, engage in real-time chat. This provides an authentic outlet for the language you're absorbing.
I love that idea of the English soundtrack for your life.
Yes, it's deeply effective. Make English your constant audio companion. Play audio in the background whenever appropriate. Allow your ear to subconsciously pick up patterns, intonation, rhythm, even when you're focused elsewhere.
Concrete immersion exercises.
Dedicate an English-only hour daily. For 1 hour, consume only English media, no subtitles in your native language, no native language interruptions. Afterwards, note how much you understood just relying on English. Theme immersion. Choose a weekly theme, maybe food or technology. Consume related English content across different media: cooking shows, tech podcasts, articles. Note theme-specific phrases and vocabulary. Social media dive. Follow 5 interesting English-speaking accounts on X or Instagram. Listen to their audio or video clips. Engage by replying in English, applying the language actively.
And a 3-week immersion plan.
Week 1. Switch your phone to English. Watch 1 Office episode daily without subtitles. Listen to all ears English for 10 minutes while cooking. Week 2. Focus on a theme. Say, travel. Watch 1 episode of a travel show like Parts Unknown. Listen to the Travel Diaries podcast for 15 minutes. Note 10 travel-related phrases. Week 3. Join an English Learners Discord group. Share and discuss a podcast clip you found interesting entirely in English. Aim for a full hour of mixed English media daily. Maybe mix Bluey with the Moth.
This leads to the listening lifestyle, making it effortless, not a chore.
Exactly. This is the ultimate goal for immersion: to be sustainable, seamlessly woven into daily life, an effortless, natural part of your routine, not a separate study activity. How to build this lifestyle? Morning routine. Pair a short podcast or news clip with breakfast or coffee. Commute or travel time. Maximize it with audiobooks, The Hobbit, or longer podcasts. How I Built This. Work breaks. Fit in short YouTube videos. Note down useful phrases on your phone. Evening wind down. Relax with music. Follow Coldplay lyrics. Or an audiobook chapter. Harry Potter again. Social integration. Discuss content you've listened to with English-speaking friends or language partners. Make it part of your conversations. And habit tracking helps sustain this. Log your listening time. Maybe reward weekly milestones. Keep yourself accountable.
Listening lifestyle exercises.
Morning kickoff. Listen to NPR Up First while getting ready. Try summarizing the top story in 2 sentences before you leave the house. Commute companion. Play better at English for 10 minutes on your way somewhere. Note 3 conversational phrases. Plan to use one later that day. Evening reflection. Listen to a song you like, maybe Adele. Follow the lyrics. Write a short journal entry using 3 or more words or phrases from the song, connecting listening to creative output.
Sample lifestyle plan integrating this.
Week 1. 6-minute English. 5 minutes breakfast. The Moth story, 15 minutes commute. Harry Potter audio, 10 minutes evening. Log it in Notion or a notebook. Week 2, BBC News clip, 5 minutes morning. English with Lucy video, 10 minutes break. Coldplay lyric video, 5 minutes evening. Discuss a cool phrase on tandem. Week 3, Daily Easy English podcast, 5 minutes start of day. How I built this 20 minutes commute. Fleabag episode without subtitles, evening. Share a witty phrase you liked on X.
And measuring immersion progress. How do you know it's working?
Crucial for motivation. Comprehension check. Re-listen to old, hard clips. Notice how much easier they feel now. That's concrete progress. Phrase count. Track how often you naturally use new phrases or idioms in your own speech or writing. Are they becoming part of your English? Confidence boost. Consciously recognize moments when English feels less intimidating, understanding a joke first time, following a fast chat without panic. Acknowledge those feelings. Community feedback. Ask language partners or friendly group members how natural your English sounds. Objective input can be really validating. Public accountability. Post weekly listening updates on X, #EnglishLearning or similar, to keep accountable and connect with other supportive learners. Share the journey.
Okay, part 9. Your listening arsenal. Let's focus on empowering this whole journey with specific tools and resources. Where should people look?
Absolutely. Think of apps as your portable language coaches, always in your pocket. Top ones we often recommend. LingQ is fantastic with its audio-synced transcripts and easy vocabulary highlighting saving. Audible for immersive audiobooks with clear narration. Fluent uses real-world videos with interactive subtitles. You can click words for definitions instantly. BBC Learning English is free with excellent learner-designed audio lessons, often with transcripts and vocab help. And Speechling is great for shadowing practice, offering feedback from native speakers.
How should you use these strategically, not just download everything?
Right. Don't rely on just one, but don't get overwhelmed either. Combine them in short bursts, playing to their strengths. Maybe use LingQ for focused vocabulary acquisition from texts, Audible for longer, more relaxed, immersive listening, and Speechling for targeted pronunciation and shadowing practice. Mix and match based on your goals for that day or week.
App-specific exercises.
LingQ Vocab Boost. Listen to a story on LingQ, save maybe 5-10 new words, review them daily using their system. Audible Immersion. Listen to a chapter of an audiobook, pause afterwards, and try to summarize the main events aloud or in writing. Fluent Context. Watch a short video clip, click on unfamiliar words for definitions, then write a short paragraph using 3 to 5 of those new words in context.
Podcasts you mentioned are a goldmine. Which ones again?
An absolute treasure trove for beginners. 6 Minute English, BBC, ESL Pod. Clear, slow, focused, intermediate. All ears English, better at English. Natural conversation, good speed, useful phrases, advanced. This American Life, storytelling, diverse voices. The Joe Rogan Experience, unscripted, fast, slang-heavy, a real challenge. Optimizing practice, download episodes for offline listening, commutes. Use transcripts when available, either read along or review afterwards to clarify tricky sections and solidify vocabulary.
Podcast exercises.
Beginner Boost. Listen to a 6-minute English episode, note key vocabulary, summarize the main topic in one sentence. Intermediate Shadow. Shadow, a 1-minute segment from All Ears English. Record yourself, compare your intonation to the host's. Advanced Summary. Listen to a story from This American Life, write a paragraph summarizing it without looking at the transcript first, then check.
YouTube is another vast free resource. Any key channels?
Unparalleled variety. Channels like English with Lucy, clear British English, often covers slang. Rachel's English, excellent for American pronunciation, rhythm, sound stress. VOA, Learning English. News stories adapted for learners, slow and clear. For more challenge, Casey Neistat's vlogs, fast, natural U.S. English, advanced. And BBC Learning English also has a great YouTube channel with short lessons, real clips, film vocabulary breakdowns. The key feature on YouTube is those playback speed controls. 0.5x up to 2x. Essential for adjusting difficulty precisely to your level. Don't forget Uglish.com for accent comparison too.
YouTube exercises.
Lesson drill. Watch a lesson video, Huji, Rachel's English on pronunciation. Note the key tips or phrases, practice them in sentences yourself. Vlog challenge. Watch 5 minutes of a fast vlog, Casey Neistat. Try to summarize the main point. Note any slang you caught or accents you noticed. Accent, compare Uglish. Use Uglish.com to compare how a specific word, like party, sounds in various accents, then try mimicking each one.
And how about AI and subtitles? You mentioned using them effectively earlier. How do you avoid them becoming crutches?
Yes, powerful tools, but need to be used judiciously to foster independent skills and avoid dependency. AI tools like large language models, Grok, ChatGPT, etc., can explain unfamiliar phrases, summarize audio content, or even suggest related resources. Ask it, what does knackered mean in this context? Speech-to-text tools like Otter.ai or Tammy can transcribe audio for you, allowing you to check your own dictation accuracy meticulously. Conversational AI can even let you practice mock conversations based on audio content you've heard. For subtitles, the phasing out strategy is core. Use them as a temporary bridge, gradually transitioning from English subs to dual language, if helpful, then only briefly turning subs on to check things, with the aim to remove them entirely within a month or two for specific content types. Use interactive subs, like on Fluently or LingQ, for clickable definitions. Practice spot checking turn subs on briefly to confirm a hard phrase, then immediately turn them off again. Don't leave them on passively.
AI subtitle exercises.
Grok Q&A. Listen to a podcast segment, identify unfamiliar phrases, ask an AI tool like Grok to explain them in simple terms or provide more examples. Subtitle fade. Watch the first half of a TV show episode with English subtitles on. Watch the second half with them off. Note the difference in your comprehension and effort level. Speech to text check. Dictate a 30-second audio clip into Otter.ai. Meticulously compare the AI's transcript to the official transcript, if available, or your own careful listening. Where did the AI or you make mistakes?
And finally, community and language exchange. You've stressed connection.
Connection is key. This is where you find immense power, vital motivation, and authentic, unpredictable practice that no solo study can possibly match. It makes it real. Top platforms include Tandem and HelloTalk for finding partners for voice and text chats, great for small talk, discussing podcasts you both listen to. italki offers more structured listening practice with native tutors who can provide targeted feedback. Discord has numerous English learning servers with group voice chats, fantastic for hearing multiple voices and accents interacting naturally. And X, formerly Twitter, is great for following hashtags like #EnglishLearning, sharing short audio clips of yourself, asking for feedback, and connecting with a global community. A valuable self-correction tip again, record your exchange calls, always with permission, and listen back objectively. Identify missed slang, misheard accents, unnatural responses. This pinpoints specific areas for growth.
Community exercises.
Tandem chat. Find a partner who also watches Friends. Discuss a specific episode. Try to naturally use 3 phrases or jokes from that show in your conversation. X post. Share a short audio clip of yourself discussing a podcast you heard or using a new phrase. Ask for feedback. E.g., loved hearing no shade used in Insecure. Trying it out. How's my pronunciation? #LearnEnglish. #English speaking. Discord debate. Join a group voice call on an English learning server. Discuss a recent news clip from the BBC. Practice summarizing what you heard someone else say and engaging respectfully.
Okay, let's pull it all together with a sample tools plan, integrating various resources over a few weeks.
Sounds good. Week 1. Spend 10 minutes daily on a LingQ story, say 5 new words. Also, listen to one 6-minute English episode during your commute. Week 2. Watch one Rachel's English pronunciation video. Identify 3 key sounds or phrases. Practice shadowing them, then try using them consciously during a tandem voice call later in the week. Week 3. Listen to a segment from This American Life. Try dictating a short part and check your accuracy using Otter.ai or a transcript. Pick one interesting new phrase you learned and post about it on X, asking how others use it.
That brings us to our final part, sustaining the journey, overcoming inevitable challenges, and staying motivated for the long haul. Because this isn't a quick fix, right?
Absolutely not. It's crucial to acknowledge that setbacks and plateaus will happen. It's a normal, universal part of any significant learning process. Feeling stuck sometimes is okay. The critical insight is that pushing through these moments or knowing when to ease off slightly builds resilience and strengthens your long-term commitment. It's part of the process, not a sign of failure.
So let's detail common setbacks and practical solutions. What if someone feels, I'm just not getting better? The dreaded plateau.
Right. If progress feels stalled, try switching to slightly harder content to challenge yourself anew. Or, counterintuitively, revisit old content that used to be hard. You'll likely be surprised by how much easier it feels now that reveals subtle progress. Also, implement weekly comprehension tracking. Maybe score yourself 1 to 5 on understanding a regular podcast. Seeing the numbers slowly rise helps.
What about, I'm too busy? The time excuse we all use.
We all feel that. Remember, even 5 minutes consistently helps. Integrate listening into small pockets of downtime, waiting in line, brushing teeth, the first few minutes of lunch. Use downloaded podcasts or short clips. It doesn't have to be a huge block of time.
I'm frustrated by mistakes, feeling discouraged when you miss things.
Reframe mistakes as learning opportunities. Every missed word or misunderstood phrase is a signpost pointing to something you can focus on. Re-listen specifically to the part you missed, look up the word, actively practice it, turn frustration into targeted action.
I'm bored with my routine, losing that initial spark.
Mix it up. If you only listen to news podcasts, try a comedy show. If you only watch sitcoms, try a documentary or a vlog. Join a language exchange for fresh conversations and perspectives. Keep novelty alive. And here's a crucial tip. The fun day principle. Schedule days where you take a break from challenging listening. Just enjoy something easy and purely pleasurable in English, your favorite comfort watch show like Friends, an easy song you love. This recharges enthusiasm without breaking the habit.
Setback exercises.
Plateau buster. Pick a clip you know is hard, maybe Joe Rogan or a fast movie scene. Listen 3 times, note down more details or words you catch each time. Compare your comprehension to past attempts if you've tried it before. See the micro improvements. Busy day fix. Commit to just one 5-minute VOA learning English clip during a short break. Summarize it in 2 sentences in your head or a note app. Done. Get the chain going. Fun reset. Watch a 10-minute comedy clip, stand up sick. Just enjoy it, laugh. Afterwards, note 3 jokes you understood effortlessly. Remind yourself of the enjoyment factor.
Sample setback plan.
Week 1, feeling plateaued. Rewatch an old Friends episode that felt hard months ago. Note the improvement. Try a narrative podcast like Serial for a complete change of pace and style. Week 2, feeling too busy. Commit to only 5 minutes of 6-minute English daily. Log just 3 phrases each day. Reward yourself on Friday with a fun, easy vlog you enjoy. Week 3, feeling frustrated. Re-listen to a tough This American Life clip you struggled with. Note 5 words or phrases you now understand. Share that small victory on X or with a language partner. Acknowledge the progress.
This all ties into the vital importance of celebrating progress and setting goals for fueling drive and sustaining long-term motivation.
Exactly. These are the engines that keep you going. How to celebrate progress effectively. Track comprehension gains, like re-listening to old hard clips. Count the new phrases or idioms you've successfully learned and used. Celebrate natural usage when a phrase pops out without thinking. Share your wins. Post on social media. Tell your language partner. External validation helps. Reflect on your confidence. Keep a journal noting moments. English felt less intimidating when you understood a complex joke or followed a fast group chat. Recognize the feeling. A fun idea, the progress jar. Write small listening wins on slips of paper. Understood a whole moth story. Caught 5 slang terms in Bluey. Collect them in a jar. Review it monthly to visualize your cumulative growth. It's tangible.
And setting goals provides direction, right?
Yes, structured progression keeps you moving forward. Set clear, achievable goals. Short term, maybe 1-3 months. Understand 80% of a sitcom episode without subtitles. Follow your favorite intermediate podcast with minimal pausing. Medium term, 3 to 6 months. Comfortably follow a 10-minute unscripted YouTube chat without needing repeats. Be able to summarize the plot of a movie you watched in English. Long term, 6-12 months plus. Aim for real-time comprehension of most unscripted conversations. Understand multiple different accents interacting in a group setting without major difficulty. Feel truly at home.
Celebration exercises.
Win log. Keep a weekly log. Write down 3 specific improvements, i.e., caught 5 idioms in context, understood Bluey's dad's accent better, share 1 win with a partner or online, revisit challenge, pick a clip that felt impossible 3 months ago, maybe The West Wing, rewatch it, and actively note the percentage increase in your understanding. Feel the difference. Goal milestone. Achieve a specific goal, e.g., listen daily for 30 days. Reward yourself by watching a new, exciting show like Ted Lasso, entirely without subtitles, and journal about the experience.
Final motivation plan sample.
Week 1. Log 3 specific wins. Hindakawal. Understood a joke in Fleabag. Followed the main idea of All Ears English. Share 1 win on Tandem. Set a small goal for next week. Learn 10 new useful phrases. Week 2. Re-listen to a hard This American Life clip from a month ago. Note specific improvements in understanding. Set a process goal. Follow 5 minutes of an unscripted vlog with no pauses this week. Week 3, post a tangible win on X. AG finally nailed understanding that fast scene in Succession. Progress, #LearnEnglish. Set an exciting longer-term goal. Aim for a comfortable 10-minute chat on italki next month.
So there you have it. A truly comprehensive deep dive into fluent English listening. We've covered foundations, passion, active listening habits, nuance like accents and speed, vocabulary, real-world practice, immersion, tools, and staying motivated. Quite the journey.
It really is a journey of continuous discovery, integration, and growth. There's always more to learn and explore. But by consciously applying the strategies, the insights we've shared today, you genuinely have the power to profoundly transform your English proficiency, boost your confidence significantly, and truly feel completely at home in the language. And that, well, that opens so many doors, personally and professionally.
So as you go about your day today, maybe ask yourself this: what's one small change you can make right now to start soaking in more English, even if it's just for 5 minutes?